Oh, oh, it's lovely. Oh, fresh tyres. So good. It's starting to feel like a motorcycle again.
Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Oh God, it turns. It actually turns. Oh God, it's good. Oh, what's going on, guys? How are you doing? As you've probably already guessed, I am again on the way home from work, which I should say now, again, is going fucking well. I am loving it. I've had a load more training. I've even had a guy from Drift, the people that make the camera that I'm using. They came around to give me some training, and they didn't know that I used it, so the training went very quickly. So they were training me up on the new 4K and the new Ghost X. I was like, yeah, I've got the old model. Oh really? I'll skip over the first 20 pages. Like, sweet. And hopefully soon I should be getting the new 4K, the new Drift camera. Well, he said I could have it to learn how it works and test it all out, so I'm good at selling it. But then he also said, now, because you have a YouTube channel, would you mind? I'm like, no, installation video, a review of it, all of that. I went, yeah, sort that out. I'm like, perfect. So hopefully in a couple of months I'll have a new 4K. Then a couple of months after that I should have a review coming out for that. This car is too slow for me. And it's also given me an Interphone Tour Bluetooth headset, again, to test out and use and review and all of that stuff again. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take the Senna 30K off of my AGV and stick the Interphone Tour onto that. Because then I've got a testing helmet, which is actually very decent. So I should have a few reviews coming out in a while. I'm not going to bang the reviews out straight away. Obviously I'm going to use the products for a little bit and get to know them, find good and bad points, and then tell you my honest opinion. My honest opinion. Also, the place I work for, I've said that if I want to use the company's logo and try and bring them some business, I'm more than welcome to. So you might find out where I work fairly soon. I'm going to think about it for a while and speak to a few more people at the company and find out what the higher ups' opinions on it are, and then find out my opinions on it, because I don't know if I want everyone knowing where I work. But if that opens up some possibilities to like do more like gear reviews and possibly bike reviews, it might be worth it. It's like if I get hold of a new pair of gloves and they want me to do a review on it, I'm going to have to say who gave me the gloves. And doing that, it'll benefit me because it's gloves. I need new gloves, or just any gear really. So if I'm able to get hold of some new gear and they want me to do a review on it, I'm going to have to say where I work. So yeah, fairly soon you might find out. But like I said, I'm gonna mull it over for a little bit. I will say, if you find out where I work, don't try asking for discounts yet. That's another thing I want to talk to them about. Obviously, I'm going to give it time. I'm not going to... It's my second week working there. In fact, it's the end of my second week working there now, and I'm not just going to walk up and say, hey, the people that watch my YouTube videos, can they have a discount on everything? It's like, no. Give it some time. A few more months, probably 6 months. Then I'll put the idea out there and see what people's opinions are on it, because again, it will get them more business. They'll be discounting stock and selling it slightly cheaper, but I'm assuming, well, in fact, I know when people have a discount code for somewhere, they buy more. So they'll be selling stock for slightly cheaper, but they will end up with more money. So I think they might go for it, but like I said, I'm not going to bring it up now. I'm not just going to walk in there and go, hey, I've only worked here for a week. Give me money off things. Give people I know money off things. No, I'm going to give it time. So yeah, first thing I mentioned in this video, new tyres. I have got new tyres. They are not amazing £300 it's doing it again. I don't want to say a command. Fuck off. Thank you. It's one thing that annoys me about Sen is if you say the wrong words, it thinks you're trying to do voice command, and it's annoying. But yeah, the tyres I've got, they're not on the same level as the Sport Attack 3s I had on the old bike. Just because the tyres that I had on this, I'm pretty sure they were 17-year-old tyres that came with the bike. So they were fucked. They were completely bollocks. So I just went into the parts department and said, look, have you got any tyres laying around that you can throw on this? So I've got a Pirelli City Demons. Now weirdly, that's the same tyre that I had on my WK, if any of you still remember that. The WK125 Cruiser I had a pair of City Demons on there. So I already know the tyre fairly well. I know it's not amazing, it's going to slip a little, but they're tyres and they're actually not got massive cracks all the way around them, and they're round, so I'm happy with whatever the fuck rubber I could get hold of at that point. But yeah, I think the decision I made, in fact I know the decision I made a few months ago to get out of my old job was the best decision I have ever made. I spoke a little about this in one of the last videos I did, but it is the best thing I've ever done. I honestly think the best decision I have ever made in my life was getting out of that job and starting this new one, because working nights, the money was good, but it was unsociable hours. I had next to no social life. A couple of my mates did actually work nights, so I had a sort of normal social life every now and then, but it wasn't normal. And having to sleep during the day, I was running on 3-4 hours sleep, so I was constantly tired. The lack of sunlight, oh my god, sunlight is amazing, people. You need to get some fucking sunlight. Sunlight is the best drug in the world. That and sleep. Sunlight and sleep. Oh man. Wrong gear. Well, I say the wrong gear, but being a parallel twin, the mid-range on this thing is actually really good. Because on the KTM, anytime I went for an overtake, I had to drop it down a gear. All the grunt was low down. Whereas this thing just seems to be pulling like a fucking train. One last thing about these tyres. I can't go over 100 mile an hour. I never do. I've never been over 100 mile an hour because the national speed limit in England is 70 mile an hour. But the tyres that are on here, they're approved and tested up to 113, and that is pretty much their limit. So if I'm trying to do 120 everywhere, these tyres are not going to last. They're just going to give up. But the City Demons, they're aimed at sort of 125. They're very small tyres. Like I said, they're not amazing. They work. That's the important thing. That's all I need at the moment. But, oh, it just feels so good to be able to do this. It actually turns. Do I have enough petrol to get home? Half a tank. Yes. Just about. But yeah, getting out of that job, best decision I've ever made. Starting this job is, it's something I love doing. It's talking to people about bikes and bike gear. I'm able to get little things here and there. It's fantastic. I'm loving it. All the people there, brilliant people. The management there, great. They are great people. Now the old job, the management were cunts, and most of the staff were cunts. There is no other way to put that. There was a few decent people at the old job, but the majority were just complete cunts. Whereas everyone here, they're great. But now I've got my evenings back again. This person is just fucking everywhere. he's weaving all over the fucking road. So there's a bump there I forgot about. Look, over the line again. Is he trying to take the racing line around these corners? No, he is just loving the other side of the road. Oh, I've got more braking power now as well. This doesn't have ABS. And the old tyres had so little grip that if you pulled that brake lever a tiny bit too hard, your wheel locked up and you were skidding everywhere. You weren't even skidding, it would jump everywhere. But these tyres have got enough grip that I can actually brake and slow down without almost dying. But yeah, the last few weeks have been interesting. It's been very, very up and down. Although, I tell you what, when I was working nights, it was very, very down. I wasn't myself. I had a lot more bad moments than I did good moments. And I'm still kind of there. I'm still having the occasional bad day or bad few hours, but everyone does. But now it's not wake up and instantly go, oh shit, I've got to go to work, oh I've got to speak to these people, oh I've got to do this, oh I've got to do that. And it's this job, it's right, I'm awake, let's go to work. I'll ride for an hour before I go to work. When I get to work, I'll talk to people, I'll do things I'm interested in, I'll talk to people about things that I'm interested in and get a reasonable response. And then after work, I'll ride for an hour to get home. I'm loving it. I'm having a lot more ups than I am downs at the moment. So yes, the KTM blew up. It's completely dead, there's nothing I can do. But, and this is where my brain changed. I had one bad thing, but I've got a new job, the job's going fucking well, I've got a bike, the bike works, I've got a little project here as well, I can do things to it, and you know what, life's good. And you know what, it feels really good to be able to say that and mean it. When someone says, how you doing? It used to be, oh yeah, I'm not too bad. How's work going? Oh, you know, it's work. But it's now, oh, how you doing? I'm doing fucking brilliantly, mate. How are you? Oh, grip. Oh, that's quite lent over. For this bike anyway. But now it feels so good just to be able to say, yeah, I'm doing good. And I mean it. So guys, thank you for watching and listening to me be extremely vain, just talk about myself and how amazing my decisions were. Well, decision was just one decision. But I hope you enjoyed, and hope if you're going through a shit time, all I can say is it gets better. It does get better. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.